I thrived in sports, and I ended up giving all that away for weed, which turned into coke, which turned into a heroin addiction before I graduated high school.
And I just spiraled into my addiction, into drinking at that time, and things just got worse. And I was in all kind of trouble, DUIs, driving with no license.
When I was 18, I had a bad accident, spent 4 days in the ICU. There was a good 2-month period there where I was on continuous, pain meds.
Yeah, I just continued to use until I got completely broken. My wife asked for a divorce and I quit my job that day.
The drugs actually more so just fueled what I was doing, behind the scenes. I used drugs and alcohol, but the thing for me was the criminal lifestyle.
I found myself robbing and stealing from my own family, robbing and stealing from anybody that I knew. I didn't care as long as I got that drug and got that fix. I didn't care who I was hurting.
I started, smoking the weed heavier and then looking for alternative pain meds on the streets, and then eventually graduated into heroin.
When I called my mom and told her, hey, I was just, pistol whipped, woke up with a gun down my throat, I need your help. That's when she told me to never call her again, and that's when I heard my son in the background say he hated me. So all that happened, and when all that happened, it was like, God was like, what are you gonna do? You gonna kill yourself, or are you gonna run to me? You have nobody now. So I feel like he stripped everything away from me, even my family. So I would come running back to him.
I made a lot of bad choices, and I was sitting in prison, and I actually found a brochure about the Refuge.
I came in that day drunk, half drunk, half detoxing at the same time, and actually brought a bottle with me in case I wasn't accepted.
I can remember feeling such a peace when I got there. And when I came in, there were all these brothers there with open arms, hugging me and telling me they loved me and welcomed me.
And I remember coming in and all the guys greeting me and being polite to me and nice and just caring and loving. It was something that I had never seen before in men.
Understand that they were not judging me. They did not criticize me. They did not put me down. They were there to help me get through.
And it wasn't until that fog left my mind where I started to realize like the coordinators and the men that were there were genuine. And they really did care about you, and they care about you because they come from that same place. They were there also.
It has been the control-alt-delete, if you will, of everything else I've tried to stay clean. It's kind of wiped the board, and it's like, hey, none of that stuff really works.
For me, once I fully gave my life over to Christ is when I knew that I had changed, when I knew that it was going to be different.
My first family day, my aunt showed up, my cousin showed up, my cousin's wife, and just gave me love and support that I needed to see.
Seeing my son the first time in probably almost a year, he got out, he ran up to me, and he almost tackled me how hard he ran into me. After he said he hated me, and then 90 days later, the way he runs up and hugs me, it was amazing.
Like if you think there's a hole you dug too deep and you can't get out of, it's just a lie, because there's brothers here that's going to get in that hole with you and help push you out of it. That's why, because there is hope through the Refuge and just through doing it together. So if you're tired of doing it alone and you're tired of struggling alone, you don't think you can make it, there's people here that was going to tell you can make it, and they're going to speak life into you.
And by allowing Christ in and to rule and reign in my life, I've been able to share with brothers what God has done for me and what He continues to do in my life.
Coming through the Refuge and knowing these guys that are so willing to help you at all times, you really see the difference of the meaning of friend. Because a friend's going to be there for you no matter what. They're going to tell you what you don't want to hear. They're going to push you. They're going to hold you accountable and things like that.
it's just given me a confidence that, you know, if something's gonna happen, you know, am I gonna be able to handle it? You know, we never really know, but it was one of those things that, you know, nudged me to the, I think I can handle whatever's coming direction.
It's amazing to see him out there and do something good on a football field or baseball field, and then look up at the stands. And we flex at each other. That's a big thing. I'll point at him, he'll start flexing. Just those proud dad moments that personally I never thought I was ever gonna have again.
The Refuge gives you an opportunity to really evaluate yourself, take a look at yourself and really identify who you are. If you're willing to put the time into it and willing to invest that time into yourself, I would say just, you know, take a chance and really work on change, and take a chance and know who God is.
I would never, ever be where I'm at today without God's transforming power and love in my life. I would never be able to experience the love for my brothers. I would never be able to share that love with brothers, and I would never be able to have the hope that God said I could have.